Hi, this is Karen, bringing a video today about amino acids versus medications with regard to anxiety. Now, it seems like anxiety is actually epidemic. Most people come in and they might not have an anxiety diagnosis like social anxiety or generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, all the way up through many other anxiety disorders, including all the way up into psychosis and agoraphobia. In fact, every single disease that happens to your body has a warning sign, which is usually anxiety. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about amino acids and how they're different from medications and why they actually solve your anxiety problems alongside many of the other options that I have in the course. My new course is called The Anxiety Solution. And what I do is I go into causes of anxiety, as well as how to get solutions right now, like the amino acids you could buy at the store, as well as making dietary changes. Now, I learned about amino acids from Dr. Gary Coles out of Duluth, Minnesota. And this was a long time ago, back in 2003 and 2004, when I was doing therapeutic foster care, and I was really averse to the children taking about 5, 6 to 10 medications a day through the psychiatrist. And since I was a natural healer for many years in California before coming to Minnesota 15 years ago, I was really, very excited about finding other ways besides all those medications. And I know a lot of people listening probably feel the same way. So Dr. Gary Coles taught me about GABA and 5-HTP, and I began using them for myself because I had anxiety really bad. And it ended up helping me between diet and the amino acids and everything else that I put in my course for you. At 56 years old today, I don't take any medications, and I haven't for at least the last 25, 30 years. I'm anxiety free, and I had a very bad case of anxiety. Now what the GABA does is it goes in and it fits an exact lock and key receptor site in your brain, and it produces a feeling of calm. And it's exactly why maybe many of your teens or adolescent males and females are really going out for the heroin, the meth, the opium, the Xanax, and everything else that's out on the street today, or at the doctor's office. So you could use GABA to help yourself calm, and I explain more about that in the course. So I want you to have solutions that you can go right to the store, even if you're not willing to modify your diet right away. You might be willing to work into that once you feel a lot more calm to begin with. Then you can think better. As I remember anxiety myself, I actually felt like I couldn't really focus. I couldn't put together a plan for myself because the anxiety was ruling everything about my life. I mean, I had such bad rabid anxiety, and in part because one of the reasons that I explained in my course, I had a mouthful of silver amalgam fillings that were put into my mouth when I was 12 years old. And as I was chewing on them, the mercury was releasing along with bacteria where it pulls apart from the tooth, and it was actually leaching mercury into my system constantly. So it really did look as if I was bipolar, and that's why I want you to have this course, because anxiety, if it's left untreated, becomes very unbridled and like rabid anxiety. It makes you feel like and look like you might be bipolar, and then you might spend the rest of your life on another medication. So we have GABA, and then we also use 5-HTP. And 5-HTP is very similar to tyrosine as an amino acid. And just like if you went for Thanksgiving over all these years and you had a big couple pieces of turkey on your plate, turkey is loaded with tyrosine. So we don't always eat turkey every single day, and maybe we don't really want to for lots of reasons, but turkey's loaded with tyrosine, and that's why everyone feels really tired after they eat their Thanksgiving meal. So 5-HTP is going to give you that without all the drowsiness, so you can still go to work and feel good. And that is exactly what I'm going to do with my course. I'm going to get you feeling good within a period of days, so then you can go deeper with the other items that I have in the anxiety solution and take yourself all the way out of anxiety. If you went to the Western allopathic doctor, you would get an anti-anxiety medication or an antidepressant, which is an SSRI, and you would actually start falsely manipulating your serotonin uptake. You would actually start messing with a lot of your dopamine, serotonin, and your GABA receptor sites, And in the long run, what that's going to do is cause you to have a lot of problems with your brain. In fact, since we've been using these medications, in the last 40 years is when we've actually developed the official diagnosis for Alzheimer's disease. And that has everything to do with excessive amyloid plaque buildup. So, I know that my course is going to do the same thing that it did for me. It's going to remove the rapid speech. It's going to remove the heart fluttering and palpitations, the tachycardia diagnosis most of the time. It's going to also help you to get comfortable in your own skin and have your belly so it's not upset all the time. I'm going to go into detail, but in a way that you can do it easily on a weekend day in less than 2.5 hours, and you're also going to get a guided meditation. From someone who lives anxiety-free with the exception of worry or bills or adult children and all the things that we mothers still worry about, this course is for you.